Hey guys, Josh for 6 Up Tabletop here, doing another review for Black Powder Epic Battles, the Waterloo campaign, taking a look at the French commanders today. Included in the box, we have Kellerman, Ney, Bonaparte, d'Orléans, and Cressier commander. And yeah, they're made out of Warlord resin, which I had some trouble working with, but let's take with the models and see what we got. Start off with the Cressier Commander. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great model. It has like a lot of detail. It's like one of the non-named specific historic characters, but it's a great looking model in an aggressive charging pose. The resin sword here is a little, I don't know, it's a curved blade, but it looks a little chunky in the resin. But it is cool that they did have the Cressier, I guess, the back plate, which is what they get their name from. Yeah, so it's awesome to see that super quote unquote heavy armored unit, and painted them, of course, on a black horse. Next we have d'Orléans. I'm not French by any means, nor live in Europe, so I don't have a good feel for these names, but as you can see, it's about as close as my camera can get, but I really like the pose of this guy commanding. In the back, for the named characters, quote unquote, I did include some writing on the bottom so you can notate them on the field, and I think this is quite an interesting pose, and I think it really represents the model well. A couple facts: d'Orléans fought in Austerlitz, Jena, also veteran of the Peninsular War, and 100 Days campaign in Waterloo, was in charge of the First Corps and the major attack on the Allied center. In the game, he has the hesitant keyword, and that just means that if you roll a maximum number of moves, you have to re-roll it when handing out orders. I would assume that's attributed to the fact that he was notoriously known for being stuck traveling between Quatre Bras and Ligny, just back and forth, getting his orders mixed up. So it's fun that within the game they gave him the hesitant rule. Next we have Kellerman. He was at Waterloo. He was the commander of the 3rd Cavalry Corps. Here's the model, all painted up. Same with his, like, the resin saber. You know, it's kind of the same as the other commander. It looks nice, but it's a little bent. Put Kellerman on the back there, but he has a nice, like, hacking, slashing pose, and that's awesome. He was in charge of 4 Cressier regiments, 2 Dragoons, and the Carabineers, and the rules that give him the rule aggressive. And he also has a specific rule for himself. The rule's name is General. Whenever your name is brought up before me, I think of nothing but Marengo. So Marengo referring to previous battle in the Napoleonic Wars. And that specific rule allows him to give a follow me order to a unit without having to roll for it. So that's just to demonstrate like superior heroism, just picking a unit and just blindly and aggressively charging into the enemy for feats of valor. So this is one of my favorite models that they had here, and I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. Second to last, we have Ney, very popular Napoleonic figure. Great figure done here. My only complaint about the actual model is that his face is a little contorted, but I think that's just how the resin came out. I mean, I'm not sure if you can see it that well, but it kind of looks like a zombie. But I mean, these are really small models. So there's Ney. He was commanding the left wing in the 100 Days campaign. He was a renowned cavalry hero throughout the Napoleonic Wars. And then he has a special rule. I believe that's a tribute to Napoleon, the quote, "That man is a lion." I think it's cool that they have him on his horse, kind of in a sauntering, charismatic pose. and that gives D3 units in your army Valiant, which just makes them more survivable and less likely to break, and that attributed to his courage as a commander on the battlefield. And last but not least, of course, we have Napoleon. I think this for sure is my favorite model. I just love how it turned out. I used enamel washes on these figures that I tend to do with my French. Kind of gives them the little grimier look. But yeah, really pleased how this model turned out. Napoleon, he's got the highest staff rating, so super easy for him to give orders. He's aggressive and decisive. Gives tons of attacks if he ever joins a unit. He has a special rule, and forgive my French, les petits tendus. And yeah, that's any units have to take morale checks and stuff when other units, if they're supporting a unit that falls back and falls through them, so they would have to take a morale check. It allows them to reroll that, so that just allows your unit to, your army to be more resilient, and that your soldiers would not just fall away because they see other soldiers running. So that just represents that Napoleon inspiring courage and honor, and that his troops would look up to him to get their courage to do valiant deeds in battle. So this is Josh 6-Up Tabletop. That's kind of my little review, talk through of the French commanders section from the Waterloo campaign. I think this is a cool product. Excited to have it on the table. I think having the different models that represent, I say characters, but the historical men that fought in these battles, whether for good or for bad. I think Warlord did a great job with this product. The quality of the resin is all right. Typically working with plastics and some metal is a little bit more spoiled, but a little cleanup on these models, and with a good paint job, I think they really add a lot to the game. So thanks, the Joshua 6-Up Tabletop. Thank you for watching, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.